Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hello! My name is Jacqueline and I am a vegan home chef. I love to create and share very unique vegan recipes and munchie ideas. I was born and raised in Hawaii, so a lot of my cooking is influenced by traditional Hawaiian and Asian cuisine. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, you've come to the right place, and I'm so glad you're here because today's video is going to be 2 vegan Asian-inspired rice bowl meal prep ideas. Full recipes for both meal ideas can be found on my website, which I will leave in the description box below. Other than that, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. And without further ado, let's just get into the video. Meal number 1 is sweet sour meatballs. To make the meatballs, combine plant-based ground beef, minced onions, garlic, breadcrumbs, salt, and black pepper in a bowl. Once everything is mixed well, use a tablespoon to measure out your meatballs, and then with clean hands, form your meatballs. You can also use pre-made store-bought vegan meatballs if you wish. It will definitely save you some time. Next is my favorite part about this dish, the daikon. I used 3 small daikon here and cut them into half moons about 1 inch thick. Daikon is a radish and its taste is very similar to a turnip. Once it's completely cooked in the sauce, it will be very sweet, salty, tangy, and just a little bit bitter. I'm also going to dice half of a yellow onion. You'll want a large dice here because the onions will cook in the sauce for about an hour, and if you cut them too small, they will melt by the time you're ready to serve. In a large pot, heat 2 tablespoons of olive oil over medium heat and then start to cook your meatballs. You just want to brown the outsides and then remove from the pot and put them on a plate for later. Don't worry about cooking them all the way through just yet. To the same pot, you're going to add the onions, minced garlic, minced ginger, and daikon. Once the onions start to soften and become somewhat translucent, add water, vinegar, brown sugar, soy sauce, and a pinch of salt. You can use white vinegar, rice vinegar, which is what I used, or Japanese rice wine vinegar, which is what my dad prefers. Give it a good stir, cover, then simmer for 45 minutes, stirring occasionally. To thicken the sauce, add a cornstarch slurry made with equal parts cornstarch and cold water. Also, shout out to my dad, you guys. This recipe is based off of his sweet sour spare ribs recipe. One day I was craving the sauce and daikon, so I asked him for the recipe. I veganized it, tweaked it a little bit, replaced spare ribs with vegan meatballs, and voila! So sending a big thank you and credit for the original recipe to my dad. After 45 minutes of simmering, I added the meatballs back into the pot and very gently mixed them in. We want the meatballs to cook in this sauce and just soak up all the flavor. Here is where we will add pineapple chunks and a splash of pineapple juice, and then let everything simmer for another 15 to 20 minutes. These meatballs are perfect to serve over rice because the rice just soaks up all of the sauce. I was sort of going for the Hawaii-inspired, plate lunch-inspired bowl, so I went with white rice and some simple canned corn. But you can also go for brown rice if you want something healthier, or even cauliflower rice if you want something low carb. Totally up to you. And of course, if corn isn't your thing, then just sub for whatever vegetable would make you happy. That's it for these sweet sour meatballs. This dish is so simple yet full of flavor, and I mean, just look at that daikon. Do you see how they turned a beautiful caramel brown color? They've become so juicy and tender after cooking in the sauce for an hour. They really are the star of this dish. This is such a perfect meal prep because all you have to do is make a huge pot of this on Sunday night, portion it out for the week, and you are good to go. Moving on to meal prep idea number 2, miso eggplant. This has been my go-to meal prep lately because of how simple it is. Start with your standard globe eggplant and slice into rounds about 3/4 of an inch thick. I'm not using a traditional Japanese eggplant, which is longer and more slender, because these globe eggplants are just easier to find, and I wanted this to be something that anyone can make, even if you don't have an Asian supermarket near you. Lay the eggplants flat onto a baking sheet and with clean hands, rub both sides with olive oil. You can also use a basting brush, but I don't own one, and clean fingers work just as well to spread the oil evenly. You'll want to work quickly though, because the eggplants are like sponges and they'll start soaking up the oil as soon as it hits their spongy surface. Roast your eggplants at 425 for 30 minutes. While those are roasting, make your miso glaze with some miso paste, minced ginger, brown sugar, mirin, soy sauce, sesame oil, and minced garlic. After 15 minutes, take the eggplants out of the oven to flip them over, then roast for another 15 minutes. Take them back out of the oven, evenly spread the miso glaze all over the tops of the eggplants, then broil for 3 to 4 minutes until the miso glaze starts to darken and caramelize. Every oven is different, so just keep a close eye on them. Trust me, they will go from perfectly broiled beauties to burnt hockey pucks real quick. I am serving the eggplants with white rice and frozen broccoli, and that's it. This is such an easy meal prep, yet it is so tasty. I've been meal prepping this for my work lunch, and I seriously get so excited when this is heating up in the microwave. It smells amazing and makes me feel like I'm having a little Japanese comfort meal at work. As I mentioned before, if white rice isn't your thing, go for brown or cauliflower rice or whatever grain you please. I used broccoli as my veggie for that protein, but I also love this with a side of asparagus as well. So, what did you think of these 2 Asian-inspired rice bowl meal prep ideas? Would you try them? Which one did you like better? I hope this provided you with some awesome vegan meal prep inspo, and if you liked the video, remember to subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. Love you all, thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye!